Welcome, friends. Come in. And warm yourself. After all, you will be here for a while. You don't know? Well, I have some bad news. The rain has overfilled the moat, so you cannot leave even if you wanted to. The good news is that you're here with me, Chimmy, the Inquirer of plots, the specter sequels, and more importantly, your host this stormy evening. Tonight's story is Frankenstein, which came out in 1931 starring Boris Karloff. Little did he know that this role would be the most iconic role in horror history, based on the novel Frankenstein, or the modern Prometheus, written by English author Mary Shelley. Our story takes place in a cemetery, where a scientist named Henry Frankenstein and his hunchback assistant Fritz dig up bodies to piece together an unholy creation. Frankenstein desires to create human life through electrical devices which he has perfected. Henry has Fritz steal a brain from his former college, but Henry doesn't know that his assistant grabbed the wrong one of a criminal brain. Henry's fiancée, Elizabeth, is worried over his odd behavior. She receives a letter from Henry saying that he cannot see anyone due to his tedious experiments. So she and a mutual friend, Victor, go to see Dr. Waldman, Henry's old medical professor. Waldman tells them that Frankenstein has been working on regenerating human life. Concerned for Henry, Elizabeth, Victor, and Dr. Waldman go to convince Henry to come home, but instead of bringing him home, they witness him bring a corpse back to life.
It's moving. It's alive. Oh, it's alive. It's alive. It's alive. It's alive. Oh, in the name of God. Now I know what it feels like to be God. Oh.
Respecting Henry's wishes, Elizabeth, Victor, and Dr. Waldman keep it a secret. Fritz always antagonized the monster, so one day while whipping him, the monster grabs the whip and hangs Fritz. Henry and Dr. Waldman hear the scream of Fritz, so when they go down to investigate, they see Fritz hanging by his own whip. Realizing that the creature must be destroyed, Henry prepares an injection of a powerful sleeping drug, and the two plan to inject the monster. Henry rushes up the mountain to warn Henry and Dr. Waldman that Henry's father, the Baron, and Elizabeth come to take Henry home and to plan his wedding. Dr. Waldman stays and plans to dissect the creature, but to its surprise, the monster awakens and kills him and leaves the castle. The creature has a short encounter with the farmer's young daughter, Maria, who asks him to play with her. The monster enjoys the game, but when they run out of flowers, the monster thinks Maria will float as well, so he throws her into the lake, where to his puzzlement, she drowns. Upset by this outcome, the monster runs away. On Henry's and Elizabeth's wedding day, Victor rushes in saying that Dr. Waldman has been found strangled in his operating room. Frankenstein suspects it's the monster. Then they hear it coming from inside the mansion. So Henry locks Elizabeth in her room for safety. Sounds safe. Elizabeth screams when she sees the monster right behind her. So Henry rushes into her room, only to find that the monster has already left the house and Elizabeth is unconscious. The villagers form a search party to capture the monster and bring it to justice. During the search, Henry becomes separated from the group and is discovered by the monster. The monster knocks Frankenstein unconscious and carries him off to an old mill. The villagers see the monster carrying Henry off in the distance, so they pursue them. The monster carries Henry to the top of a windmill. Henry tries to escape, but the monster hurls Henry to the ground. His fall is broken by the vanes of a windmill. Some of the villagers hurry him home while the rest of the mob set the windmill ablaze, killing the monster inside. Or so they think. This electrifying story asks a question about what happens when you risk tampering with nature's unique order and the dangers of ambition turning into obsession. Well, that's all for tonight. Till next time.